when I'm puffing on a potent, silent, but I stay strapped. Gave her wood, now she talking about family tree. You know it ain't that. Ain't got time for the bad bees, dog. I got money on mine. Watch my chain too long, have me nervous. I put money on your mind. The Cali be potent, that girl is a bogus. I can't risk my seed. My heart too low, took L's like fug. Big slime soon free. Had to drop cause the fans they keep asking. You drop trash, had the fans all laughing. Disappeared and I
Wagwan, my fellow airsofters. It's your boy Yardman Leng, Yardman 9, whatever you know me as. Airsoft Special Ops, if that's what you know me as. So I've been trying to do this one for a second because you guys know me. I love a bargain. I love a bargain. This one was a bit of a weird one because the only Novristch product I've ever had on the channel thus far to this date was the SSE18, which is basically like an electric version of a custom style Glock made by Novristch. Yep, we got another Novristch product. So when I came across this thing, like I was quite surprised. You're probably like, why did he come across it? Because he sold his SSE18. So essentially what had happened was I got into this high Capa thing because Glocks had just let me down quite a lot. If you've owned a Glock, you'll know. I'll spare you the moaning. But if you've owned a Glock, you'll know they're just problematic guns. So on my journey of trying to find something that was reliable, something I could trust, something that would do the job, I fell into the field of high Capas. And you know what? Give me 2 seconds because it would be good to have something to compare this gun to. So give me 2 seconds. Let me just grab my SRC high Capa, the Black Viper, because then I've got something to compare that bad boy to in terms of size comparison and charging handle and, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff there. So give us 2 seconds. Oh, annoying.
mental healing.
Okay, I took down the wrong thing. Got too many gun cases. Bear with us, people. So what is now my shooting club gun is this bad boy right here, which is the SRC Black Viper. I know bare people are gonna be like, oh, are you sure it is? It looks so different. I've done things to it. That's all it is. Colors, rare, couple upgrades, changed the bucking, changed the recoil spring, short stroked it. Yeah, reinforced some parts. Like, yeah, it's actually a banging gun. So it would be nice to have something to compare the other bad boy to. So that's why I thought, let me grab this one as well, just so that we got something to compare it to. So yeah, you're probably like, why the hell is there another Novristch product? So essentially, on my journey of high Capas, like you see, I own a high Capa. I own several high Capas. Love the Vosk Titan 7. I own 2 of them, but they're just too long. That's the only thing. They're like 7-inch. Don't quote me on this, but I believe they're like 7-inch guns. So compared to the SRC, they're probably about this long. Now that's quite a bit when you're drawing from the waist. Amazing shots on them. Amazing performance. Again, I've done some upgrades and rare. We'll talk about that in some other videos, but they're just problematic in terms of draw rate. I'll show you quickly. Some people will be like, oh, what's he talking about? So let me show you, so you know you're dealing with somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about and somebody who is experienced. So if you have a look at the size difference, there is quite some difference. Look at that. That whole little chunk there is quite a bit when you're pulling from the waist, and even when you're kind of trying to aim up quickly at an opponent, kind of quick draw, it makes the difference. Like, as simple as it is, like I'll show you what I mean, like that quick draw is a bit more longer because you've got to kind of take your time to line up the gun, kind of thing. Amazing, beautiful guns, and like I said, I own 2 of them. Different setups though, but I don't know what's going on with this camera today, guys. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. The camera might go a couple times, but it's because I'm testing a new filming setup style, if that makes sense. So yeah, so you're probably like, yeah, wide, boom. So So on this journey of going through high cappers, I was on my search and I found something. I was on a mission. Y'all know I love a bargain. So on my mission, I found this bad boy that was under 200 quid, because we had like a challenge basically in our clan. I set a challenge: who can find a gun that will outshoot this bad boy for under 200 quid, because I bought this for 150 or 160, one of the two. So essentially I'd set a challenge because this gun will essentially, when hopped properly, because currently it's set up for shooting club, but when hopped properly and set up for outdoors, this gun will shoot as far as my sniper, my M24 sniper will shoot. It won't be as consistent shot. It will kind of drop off by the time it hits the same place. But I find that very interesting for a pistol, because for example, if you've got an MP5 mag adapter attached to that, you can let off 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, 30 shots, and one of them is going to hit them. You know what I'm saying? Even if this guy's 100 meters away from you, like, the shot is really, really good. And I believe it's a lot to do with the barrel change that I did and the maple leaf bucking. But we're not here for this gun today. So like I said, on the journey, I had set a challenge: who can find a gun that will outshoot this thing for under 200 quid. Everybody failed. People kept on bringing me things like Glocks, and I think the closest thing that they got to it was an AAP, and y'all know AAPs are problematic as well. So I went and done my own little research. Few of my mates own the Novristch range guns: SSP5s, SSP1s, SSP3s. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure if that one's correct, but a lot of these guns my brethren's own, and I tried to stay away from it because I feel like, for me, Novristch is kind of like Apple. It's like everybody wants to have one and everybody tends to buy one, and I just didn't want to be that another one of them guys that owned the Novristch gun. It's why I got rid of the SSE18. But yeah, like I said, I had the challenge: find something that will outshoot that bad boy under 200 quid, and I came across this. Now, Novristch guns tend to be quite pricey. For what you get, I won't say they are mad pricey, because I've seen worse, like the Wolverines and stuff like that for the M4 platform. The M4 platform, they're really expensive. Those are like £1,000 guns. Obviously Novristch ain't charging us no £1,000, but think about somebody who's just on an average wage, somebody who only plays here and there. £300, £400, £500 on a pistol. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Don't get me wrong, the SSP5 is wavy, but on a pistol, cause I think that one's like for 389 or 400 quid, somewhere around that mark. It's quite a steep push, because most of us is also looking for primary. So imagine spending 400 quid on a secondary. What are you kind of expected to spend on the primary? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I will always advise as well, spend your money on your primary, because once you kind of lock your primary and you have something you can trust, because to be honest, most fields you go to, you will use your primary. It's your primary that you're going to use more time. The secondary is more for like CQB, or say you go for a building, or you're going for a container, or you're trying to clear something, or let's say you're laying in grass and you don't have time to lift your rifle. You can kind of quick draw your pistol from your side and stuff like that. So always invest your money on a good primary. But yeah, like I was saying anyway, so I came across this bad one. I was like, what? A Novristch gun for under 200 quid? So straight off the top, I was like, what the hell? Then I went and watched bare comparison videos, and rare. I even watched this comparison video where they compared it against the SSP5, which is, if I'm correct, don't quote me on this, is £200 more, maybe a bit more, 250, 300 quid more. Now for me, for a gun that's 200, 300 quid more expensive, for this to be able to compete with it, even if it didn't win, and to be fair, from what I saw in the video, it did win, because value for money, it blew out the waters, and the performance wasn't too different. Like, there was a few things that he obviously pointed out that was like, yeah, like made it quite a bit better than this gun stock. But for me, £200-300, this wins. This definitely wins, because even shooting distance and certain things, it was proper holding its own. So I thought for 200 quid to get something that can compete with SSP5, for me, that alone blew me out the water. So I was like, I gotta take this gun and review it for myself. I'm gonna do the review in several parts, so we'll do like the unboxing today. I don't have a chrono currently with me, so I'll have to do a chrono video. I'll probably take the gun to the range at some point and do the part 2 to this video. But I just thought, before I start painting things and changing things and adding this and opening the gun up and changing things, it's like, it would be nice to kind of show you guys the gun. But so here we are. This is the Novristch. And to be honest, also one last thing I wanted to add, I wanted something to replace this bad boy in my main loadout. I wanted something that I could fit a tracer, because anyone who has a black Viper just knows, like, unless you remove and change that top slide, which can be very pricey, you ain't getting no damn tracer on that thing. I spent, like, the other day I spent 2 hours just trying to drill this out, got nowhere, and still wasn't able to chuck it on. And y'all know me, I make sure I find a solution if I come across a problem. But the next step was damaging the front compensator of the gun, and I just didn't really want to go any further. It already looked quite damaged, so I was like, do you know what, I want my gun functional, so let me leave it alone. I can live without a tracer on this pistol, because the Vosk, that's tracer compatible. I've got the thread on the end as well, so when I take that bad boy to CQB, it tends to come out. But so I'm essentially, this has a few jobs, because I want to be clear. People are always like, oh, why the hell did you even do this video? I wanted to find something that was less than £200 on high Capa platform. I also wanted something that would outshoot my SRC, because currently it's the best pistol in my loadout. Don't get me wrong, the Vosks hold their own with the upgrades and stuff. The only thing I find that the shot in terms of distance and the consistency is a bit better on the SRC, and I just think it's maybe where the parts are a bit more durable and hard hitting than the Vosk, which more has an alloy type base body and all these things. I believe this is where you get the performance variances. But so that was the second thing. And thirdly, I wanted to find something to put alongside my UTR 556 as my main loadout gun. So essentially I'd have a whole loadout that wouldn't have to include what you've just seen up here in terms of pistol wise. So yeah, plus I just wanted to give Novristch another chance, because I've heard so much about the changes that they're making. I've gone on the website a few times. I've seen the stuff that they're doing and stuff. So I thought, you know what, don't judge them based. And don't get me wrong, the SSE18, I will say, was a bloody good electric gun. Probably one of the best electric, if not the best electric pistol I have seen since I've been in Airsoft. So I'm not knocking them as a brand. I just didn't want to be that guy who buys an Apple iPhone. Do you kind of get what I'm trying to say? And these products always kind of make me feel that way. But without further ado, let's get into it. So for some reason, and this I found interesting, so big you guys up at Novristch, because I'm always complaining and saying, oh, they never send me anything extra, fuck them. And well, not fuck them, but I always complain essentially, and I'm like, oh, it would be nice if you sent me a patch, or if you sent me, do you get what I'm saying, that just make me feel nice as a customer, innit? I'm spending over 100 quid with you, like, come on bruv, nice me. So when I opened the box and saw these two bad boys, speed loaders, I was quite happy. As cheap as they are, I think they're like 6 quid each, but for Novristch to go out their way to send me 2 speed loaders for free, I was like, big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. And I think it's where they're starting to recognize that my channel name, Airsoft Special Ops, has bought quite a few things. So big you guys up for showing love this time around. I really appreciate it, because I did not pay for these bad boys. Plus I will say Novristch speed loaders tend to be a bit better. Like my boy was telling me that they're basically Bulldog speed loaders rebranded, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I've probably used every kind of speed loader brand that's like this kind of platform speed loader, and trust me, the ones that I found are the best is Bulldog, New Pro isn't too bad, and G&G. You see those three? Oh my gosh, especially the G&G one, very fucking reliable. Pardon my French, but very reliable. So it would be nice to, and you know what, we will test this and just see, because I've heard good stuff about these bad boys as well. But yeah, so thank you guys, cause that's very handy, especially for somebody like me who I tend to run pistols, especially when I'm indoors. I tend to run pistols a lot. Like currently on my body gear, I have already 2 speed loaders, like similar kind of thing. I think they're Bulldog or New Pro. No, tell her like they're New Pro. I've got 2 of the see-through New Pro ones tucked into my chest plate. So 2 more, I'm pleased, because it kind of just means that whether my pistols, MP5 mags need reloading, whether it is a couple more BBs I need for my M4 mag, it just means I'm good. Like I literally have 4. And if I'm correct, I believe these hold 90 rounds. The other ones tend to hold 90 rounds that are shaped like this and this kind of size, so I'm gonna assume this one holds 90 rounds. I've seen some that are roughly this shape and hold 150, but they're a bit wider, just slight inch wider. These look like the 90 round one. I'll just show you guys so you know I'm not capping, because I really do this thing. So this is the New Pro one, and this is a 90 rounder, just for size comparison. And you know what, let me take it out, because this is actually meant to be an unboxing. That felt really nice. That spring felt really, really nice. Straight off top, that spring feels really nice. I feel like I'm gonna have to wear down the plastic in the middle a little bit, because it feels a bit like it's rubbing just a little bit, but that feels like a nice nozzle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that feels like a really nice one. Let me actually put these BBs in that and just see how we get on, because the New Pro one is really good as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing is, I find every couple presses, if you notice, it kind of stops and you've got to kind of give it a shake again and it will carry on feeding. Whereas the G&G one, you haven't got to do that, and the Bulldog one, you don't have to do that as well, unless the O-ring on the inside is gone, because the Bulldog ones are really, really good, especially like the color. I don't have, actually I do have them. I've got some Bulldog ones here as well. So you see the coloured ones from Bulldog. I do this thing, I want you guys to understand, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I actually go in with this thing. I'm not just chatting out me arsehole. Like, I've bought these products, I've used them, I've tested them, I've put them through stuff to know for sure. These are the Bulldog ones, this is the New Pro one. These are probably better. I would say these are definitely better than the New Pro ones, because like I said, every couple presses you've got to give it a shake just to adjust the BBs, whereas with this one you can just feed all the way through. You can feed and it will just carry on feeding, like you can see right there. It will just carry on feeding, it won't stop. So this bloody camera, like I said, you guys are gonna have to bear with me, because it's probably gonna do that a few times today, but it's just where I'm trying to test a couple camera settings, so thank you for bearing with me on this video. But so yeah, speed loaders, I will always advise the Bulldog ones, but the colored ones, because Bulldog do like a black or a silver one, like a grayish color, it's a bit hit or miss. It's decent, but I believe those are the Gen 1s, and if I'm correct, these are the Gen 3s. So go for one of the colored ones, and they do them in like red and blue as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna test Novristch's, and hopefully it will beat my New Pro ones, because if it does, I will probably replace my New Pro ones with the Novristch one, and then probably put these ones for shooting club. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably don't need 4 speed loaders in one body gear, especially when I tend to have 2 MP5 mags that hold 130 each, and I tend to have a, what do you call it, like a Odin / New Pro 1000 BB speed loader that has like a MP5 adapter. So technically I don't need it, but it's handy to have. Say I've got a gas mag or a friend.
Actions, ish I had to do. If we unified, we overcome slavery. Many think it, I just say it, call it bravery. Young, progressive and black, you know they hate to see independent. I don't care what labels could pay a G. So much leng past my lung. Private company feeding us GMO foods, they wanting us trapped. My young boy just came home for a booting, that young nigga tapped. Can't be slipping when I'm puffing on a potent, silent but I stay strapped. Gave her wood, now she talking about family tree, you know it ain't that. Ain't got time for the bad bees, dog, I got money on mine. Watch my chain too long, had me nervous, I put money on your mind. The Cali be potent, that girl is a bogus, I can't risk my seed. My heart too low, took L's like fug. Big slime soon free. Had to drop cause the fans they keep asking. You drop trash, had the fans all laughing. Disappeared and I